Okay, welcome back to episode 3 of Contested Foul. Our guest today is Ricky Ramirez. He started playing Ultimate at Illinois State University and now he went on to play for Union in Chicago. Now he plays for Parlay, which he captained last year, which is a club team in Chicago. Welcome, Ricky. Are you excited?
So pumped, yeah. I've
Yeah.
been thinking about this since yesterday when we were supposed to record, or Tuesday?
Yeah.
Tuesday, Friday, yeah.
I don't know. He kept pushing it back.
I
No, it's
pushed
okay.
back a few times for sure.
Okay, well, I wanted to start kind of just going chronological order. Start with your college ultimate days at ISU, and I ask everybody, what's your starting story? How did you get into frisbee? How'd you hear about it?
Yeah, so I played baseball and football in high school. I played baseball for like 10 something years, football for three, and I was really tired of both of them because baseball is really boring and football is really aggressive, and I hated getting hit and hitting people. So I
Well,
had to find a middle ground. So I went to our orientation at Illinois State, and they had like a list of clubs. I don't remember all of them, but they had like ultimate or like competitive. I don't know, like rock paper scissors was one of
oh
them,
wow,
and I don't know if like that was actually a thing. But like they listed them all out, and I saw ultimate frisbee, and I mean like I have very limited knowledge of ultimate, so of all of them that kind of like stood out to me, I was like that or handball. And so
sure,
I went onto the quad day where they had like all the clubs out. And like leading into it, I kind of knew I was going to do ultimate frisbee because I looked up handball and that also looked like hard. And ultimate frisbee looked like a lot more cardio than it is like
yeah,
anything else. And so I started playing with like my friends, like my high school friends before getting to ISU, and they were all linemen, and I was a receiver, so I'm playing with like 200-pound guys, and I'm like the only like 160-pound guy running around just like trying to figure it all out. And then I got to ISU, went to our like little quad day, found the team, super cool guys. I was like, whatever, I got nothing else to do, so went to a tryout. Had like a huge freshman class go in with me. A lot of them were like previous Ultimate Frisbee players, Nico Valley players, so like Jack Shanahan, who's the Union uh, I don't know, poster child right now. He's got
yep,
all his highlight videos going out, but it was him and a bunch of other people, and so they kind of like took me under their wing along with all the like veterans there, and then yeah, so I started playing, just kind of like stuck it out, didn't really try anything else because I figured it was good enough for me, and so yeah, so played there 4 years, captain, assistant captain, I don't know whatever you want to call it, the last two, and yeah, so really the thing that stuck with me from college ultimate is no flick rec. Took me 2 years to learn how to throw it.
I was about to ask
Um,
that.
yeah. So one of our captains at the time was his name's James, and he was very harsh on people. He was like kind of some would say rude. He was
Okay,
very high expectations for a very low skilled team, at least for like what he was looking for. And every time I ripped a flick, it would go flat to straight into the ground and like maybe make it 10 yards. So I was just a straight dump defensive player. Like don't do anything else. And even then, I was kind of questionable. So yeah, it took me 2 years to learn how to throw a flick, and now I'm teaching people how to throw flicks, and it's embarrassing how little people take a long time to struggle these days.
yeah, flicks are hard. Flicks are hard. Well,
Yeah,
when would you say you became like good at throwing in general? When did you consider yourself a good
we're
thrower?
still working on it. It depends. I think maybe like I don't know. So I started in 2014, I guess 2015. Probably took me until like 2018 to like be competent. Um, and then I don't know. I feel like everyone goes through where it's like you finally learn how to throw one thing and then the other thing. So like you learn how to throw flick and then
Yeah.
your backhand just like drops off.
Yep.
So it took. I mean, to be consistent, I'd say I'm probably like consistent in like 2019, 2020, where I can like actually throw downfield. And then yeah, now I just ebb and flow as to whether I'm good or not.
Okay. Sorry. Pandora's.
Is this the first time Pandora's been on the pod?
No, my first episode with Caleb, she was also in it a lot, but I'm sitting in a
Okay.
new place today, so she might be stopping by. Yeah, it's my new spot. Okay. Well, I wanted to hear a little more. You talked about it a little, but are there anything? that you found like super different? I mean, obviously the sports themselves are very different, but like from football and baseball to frisbee, is there anything you miss about football and baseball?
Um, no. Well, baseball, no. Baseball might be the most boring sport that I've ever played, and I don't know how I stuck it out for 10 years. There's really not much from baseball that I miss because I don't think I was good enough to miss a lot. I was a
Okay.
pitcher by the end
Oh,
of it, and I was probably like, I don't know, on the bottom of the roster for pitching. But football, I mean, that was the most translation between a sport to another because I was a receiver, and I mean, just like running routes, like footwork, things like that, kind of like translates pretty easily into Ultimate. The only difference is there's no structure in Ultimate, whereas like football, you have routes that you run, and it's all
yeah.
supposed to mean something, you know. But like you still juke, you still pivot, plant, go, things like that. But yeah, I think that is the most like transferable. And then I played DB in like our practices because I wasn't a defensive back,
Okay.
cornerback, whatever you want to call it, because I wasn't a good receiver either. So we had to like play against the actual starters. And so like then that positioning is also kind of similar where you're lining up on someone and trying to like force them one way or make a play on a ball. But obviously a frisbee flies differently than a football, so like there's a little bit of an adjustment there. But those are really like I would say that's the reason why I was like defensive players because I knew for the most part what it looked like to play defense.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, I wanted to ask like one more thing about ISU. I remember you guys had, I feel like at a certain point, a pretty talented team. You had um Jack, and then oh gosh, somebody else that's on Union.
I mean, there's a
Else.
ton of people. Some
Yeah.
people on Union I didn't get to play with. Like I missed them. So like Joe Cercello is another
Oh,
one
I
that's
thought you
on
guys played
Union.
at the same time. No.
No, Joe Cercello
Oh,
was I don't know a year or two after me, but it was
okay.
Jack Shanahan, really good, obviously. Jeremy Burrow was another one of our captains. Shorter guy, also a football player, but like really shifty, great throws. Carl Beck, who I just saw him yesterday, was our
Oh,
main handler until he got the yips our junior senior year. He couldn't throw a flick to save his life,
oh
just
my
like me,
gosh.
so I kind of transferred it over to him. And then yeah, I mean, a lot of people that didn't like really like go into like union necessarily. I'm sure I'm missing someone. But yeah, I would say like the team that I played with my senior year, I don't think many people are still playing. Maybe like Westmont Yard, like pick
Yeah.
up, but yeah, we were pretty good. Our junior year, I mean, we have beef with U of I,
Okay.
and I can get into that because there's a pretty good story with that. But um, yeah, we got to regionals. We got to like semifinals before we got knocked out by Notre Dame was one. I don't even remember who the other one was, but I think U Chicago
Or
um,
Michigan.
or
Maybe.
Michigan. I mean Michigan. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean we had Gnomes and Natties, which was kind of like our motivator for our like 3 or 4 years there. And so we never made it, but we had a lot of competitive games going into to those games.
If you want to share your beef
Yeah.
story, we'll take it. Or I'll take it.
Yeah, so I played for Beachfront Property, which was a Chicago men's team. And so I think it was my second year playing, so it was like it's me, Shani, and a bunch of other U of I guys, or not U of I, ISU guys going, and there was one person in my car who was like, I don't know, associated to U of I's leadership program or new, or not leadership program, but like he was like friends with the captain.
Okay.
And so we were like coming towards the end of the season, the club season, and we were about to start playing college again. And so I was like, hey, like we should try to do a scrimmage with U of I because like obviously we want to like get better and U of I is supposed to be really good. I just feel like we should do that. He's like, yeah, let me call the captain. And so he calls the captain in the car. And he's like, hey man, like we're with a couple of ISU guys. They wanted to know if we can scrim like when we get back into the season. And then it's silent. He's listening. He's like, yeah, all right. And then he hangs up. He's like, yeah, you guys can maybe scrimmage our B team, but I don't think the A team really wants to do that.
Oh my
I was like,
gosh.
wow, okay,
That's so
whatever.
that's rude.
Yeah, and so that season we ended up beating them in the playoffs and well at regionals at a Universe Point, and we have footage of the win somewhere, and that was the first time we beat U of I. and for it to be in quarterfinals of regionals felt really damn good to,
Yeah.
to shove it in their face.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
good.
that's a good story.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Apparently, I work with the guy now. He's at my company, and I've
Oh,
seen him in passing, and I don't know if he still remembers it, but it's lodged in my brain because I tell the story at least like once a year.
that's a good one. Okay, well, I'm gonna go on to your professional career. So I was like talking out loud, like I was hanging out with some people, Renee, and I was like, I don't really know how long Ricky played for Union or Wildfire, or like what exactly he did. So I know you played for Wildfire, but then it was COVID. So if you could just
Yep.
talk about the beginning of your professional career and what happened there.
Yeah, I played Wildfire. I tried out multiple years. I tried out in like 4 inches of snow. I tried out indoors. I tried out against other people that are playing, I don't know, Radicals now and have some sick pictures of that. Don't really have as much of a storied professional career as them, but yeah, so I made it my first time, super proud, super pumped. And then COVID started happening, and they're like, hey, like, we don't know how long this is going to go on for. So we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop practices, but we're gonna do like online practices. So we're all
Yeah.
gonna do on Zoom, and we're gonna work out. So I'm at my mom's place at like, I don't know, late at night doing these random ass workouts on a yoga mat, and I'm just like, what the fuck what am I doing here? Like, this is not what I thought I was gonna be doing. I thought I was gonna get like better, and I'm over here
Yeah.
doing planks for 2 minutes. And so eventually the season ended because of COVID. They canceled it.
Hmm.
And so I was like, whatever, like that was my one time. I don't think I'm gonna make it again. There's so many good players in Chicago, or like they're pulling people in. So I took like the next season off, 2021, and then tried out again because I was like, whatever, like let's see what happens. And then I made it again, and didn't really play much. Just got better, really. The practices helped a lot. I mean, especially with like conditioning, it's a bigger field.
Yeah.
So I really just took it as like a learning experience. Played like a couple games. I got like maybe a B or two, and luckily no throwaways. So my stat sheet looked pretty clean for the limited number of touches that I had. And then I tried out again the next year, and then they didn't take me on the team, but they had me be um, like a practice player essentially. And so I worked the games and then also practiced with them. So I didn't really ever get pulled up for as like a practice player, or like I don't know what they actually called it, but um, yeah, that was pretty much it. I might have played for 2 years and like also played a little bit that second year, but essentially I just like played maybe a total of like 5 or 6 games.
Okay.
And then was like a practice player and helped run the show whenever we moved to Northwestern.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah. Do you think you learned a lot, even though you didn't get to play very much? Like, if you went back in time, would you do it again?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would definitely treat it a little bit better. I think I thought that I was better, and I mean, obviously, like everyone's got their own biases, and for the captains know and the coaches know better than I do. But yeah, I think I got better. I mean, you definitely play with better people. Like you can play with so many people in club and college, but then once you get to the professional leagues, it's like it's a different game. Like
Yeah.
the extra yardage on the sidelines, and then the speed of people. Like it's it helps you learn a lot positioning wise. I mean, defense is for me damn near impossible as
Yeah.
an ABL player. But like you learn how to throw to space more because you have more space. Like you learn like different like holes and like defenses that you can try to like manipulate as a thrower, or like even see as like a cutter on your way out of spaces. Like you're really not open or not covered in the ADL until you like someone's on top of you.
Okay.
It's just like so much space playing with 7 people on like I don't know 10 yard bigger like ultimate fields. It's like it's very hard to not learn when you're playing with elite players on a bigger field. But defense is very hard to learn because it's just so hard to like cover ground as like a reaction to someone making a cut.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. The defense is just so hard. That's such
Defense
a
is
large.
so hard. It's just like how do you cover like ground as someone's like making a full sprint like 30 yards and they had the first step. It's like unless you have
Yeah.
like a crazy closing speed, like no way that you're gonna be able to do it, especially if they're leading like the throws led to space. It's just like
Yeah.
all right, now you just got to go catch up and set a mark at this point.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you think you'll ever try out again, or are you done?
No, I think it's up to the young bucks now. I'm
Okay.
I think I've aged out.
Sure. I mean, hopefully this year we all thought they were going to get to the finals, and then they
A little bit
shit
of
the
an
bed
upset.
kind of a
Yeah, this
bit.
is a tough one. Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, they lost a lot of people to Indy or yeah, Indy Alley Cats, and I don't know, probably a couple other teams. Like X is gone. Um,
Oh.
yeah, X is gone, and some other people have left too. But um, it'll probably be more of a rebuild year than it is a contending year, I think.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Well,
but
okay. Those are all my questions about Union. We can move on to club now. Okay, so I mostly knew you when you were playing for Trident. How many years did you play for Trident?
2 years, I think.
2 years?
Yeah, I played. I think Beachfront for like 2 or 3 years. Then I went to Haymaker for a little bit, and then COVID happened, and then there's a Beachfront disbanded, and then there's like a joke Beachfront team that popped up, which was just like a bunch of people that didn't like try out for a club team for like the year
Yeah.
after COVID, and then Trident for like 2 or 3 years, and then Parlay.
Okay, awesome. So you've played on a lot of different club teams,
Yep.
and I'm. Do you have any pros and differences between all of them? I mean, obviously some were mixed, some were open. Any
Yeah.
real pros you can remember about any of them?
I think I think I learned a lot the most from Beachfront just because it's like my first time playing club. I mean,
Yeah.
the first year of Beachfront, I ghosted them because I was terrified. I couldn't throw a flick, and this is the second best club team in Chicago. I'm like, what am I doing here? This is my
Yeah.
first year playing. I mean, my defense was good. My offense was atrocious. So like I ghosted that year because I was terrified. Everyone was so good and I was so bad. But then I played for them like the next year or two, and like just the people on the team were really good, and that obviously brings up your own level. I think if I could go back, I'd take that first year of club a little bit more seriously and just be like, they took you for a reason. Like suck it up, just go and suck, and then you'll
Yeah.
get better. So I think that year, just because it was my first year, is probably the like most impactful. But I mean, it's just like I felt so out of my element being in like a club scene as my like
Yeah.
first time ever, and I played college with a bunch of people that also were like playing for the first year or have been playing for multiple years, but it was like way more watered down because it's college. The benefits of like Haymaker and Trident were like a lot of good times and with friends and like feeling a little bit more confident with it. But I think ultimately Parlay has been like the most enjoyable ultimate that I've had. It's just a different game. You play like one. It's like playing like one game for like multiple years, and then they come out with like the new version of the game. You're like, oh, there's like more mechanics, more things to think about. It just is like it's you get introduced to a lot more people. Like playing with women matching players is like a whole nother world that I like never really like, was involved with until we played the indoor league, Chicago Indoor League, and that was my first time playing mixed, and then also learning there's more to the game in mixed than it feels like there is in men's.
Well, my next question was, do you like mixed or open more? And
Mixed,
you have mixed. Okay, what do you
yeah.
think? Do you see as the biggest differences? Because I've asked some people like women's versus mixed. I'm curious, open versus mixed. What are some of the biggest differences you see?
I mean, it's just the style of play. I think there's a lot more strategy that you can do in mixed. I mean, whether it's like the way that you're setting up like your team downfield, there's advantages you can take, or there's like disadvantages that like you have to like try to prevent. And then like in men's, it's like I feel like everyone's kind of like equally matched up in some capacity.
Mhm.
Obviously, I've been out of men's for a little bit. I think the last time I played was at indoor league, and I subbed for a men's team, or maybe I coached one, captain one, whatever. But then that was also like 5v5, 6v6, whatever it was. I just enjoy the strategy of it more when it's a mix because there's just more to think about. Whether it's like a poaching male matching player on like a woman matching player going deep, like that's a consideration that you really don't have to think about too much in men's because
Yeah.
it's like you're always hyper aware of like someone poaching off. And I think like even like the small ball that you can do in like mixed is a little bit more intricate. I think I enjoy the extra like challenge of like having to be considerate and like be a little bit more conscious of what you're doing, and that I think that ultimately has made me a better player as well because I'm got to be way more choosy with my throws, and I don't have to, rip it downfield for me to feel good. I can reset it and go clear out for someone coming in,
Yeah,
like a one matching player, and just like open up some doors for other people to play.
that makes sense. Was this past year the first time captaining a club team?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, what did you learn from that experience?
It's hard. um, it's the last time that I captained was in college, and I was captaining with people that I have captained before, and I was like very hands off. I was like a motivational captain more than anything, I felt, because I was really inexperienced. And now going into like club captaining, it's like now you're working with people who have been playing for multiple years at a time, and it's just like strategy that obviously you consider when you're like a player, but then you have to verbalize it out to people, just like leadership. Leadership's hard. It's hard to please
Yeah.
everybody, and you want to please everybody, and it's just like it's hard to not take it like personal when like someone's upset. Um, I think it's like it's definitely something that everyone should go through, or at least be in some sort of leadership position, just so you understand what it's like. And then when you're in it, like really embrace it. Like I feel like I could have definitely done a better job. But I feel like everybody thinks they can do a better job once they're done and like look and reflect back.
Yeah.
Um, Something I would consider doing again, but I also don't want to take on the responsibility of being a captain because it's just so much going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you might want to do it again, but
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe. I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's really encouraging and exciting to be a part of leadership, especially when a team's successful.
Yeah.
But like the ins and outs of the practices and the conversations you have to have, or the logistics and the stress, it's just like, is that something you want to take on when you're supposed to be having fun playing a game? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It's like,
Yeah.
someone's making an appearance. I don't know who it is. It's Haru. She's stretching. Oh,
Haru.
there she is.
Aw. My air just started and it's right here. So hopefully I'm gonna figure out more sound for next week. Everybody listening, it'll be better.
Perfect. We have
Um,
another visitor coming in.
is it Luna?
It
Luna.
sure.
Okay, I'm gonna
Um,
make a clip of all of our pets.
yeah, I know. I'd pick her up, but she's 80 pounds, so.
It's okay. Okay. Did you ever you were always a cutter, but then you were kind of handling a little? And what do you consider yourself?
I consider myself a hybrid. I think people discourage me more from being a handler, but I find myself in the handler set because I'm tired most of the time.
Okay. Okay. Do you
Um,
like one over the other?
Handling for sure.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Handling strictly because I don't have to work as hard. Um, and
Okay.
so, but I think I enjoy cutting. It's what I've always done. Handling is fun because it's like you get to dictate and be more part of the play. Like there's less wasted movement as a handler than there is a cutter because you can make a crazy deep cut, a huge under, not get the disc, and then you're gassed. Whereas
Yeah.
like in a handler set, like you're ready for the reset. If you don't get the reset, you strike. If you strike, like you're at least creating movement for other people. Not that you don't as a cutter, but I feel like it's more impactful as a handler being a part of the movement as a part of being a cutter, where it's like you can make crazy amounts of cuts and like everybody's locked up or poaching, and then the handlers just like do their thing. Um, yeah, I just like being a part of the play. It's a little selfish. The hardest part of being a handler is throwing the turns, and so I think that's where I'm discouraged from being a handler because I'm a high percentage thrower, but I don't want to be the one to turf a throw on like
Yeah.
the center pass.
I feel like I hear a lot of people say, and then a lot of this is college players that have never handled before, but they say, and I've seen it too, like handling, I guess it's less running, but it's a lot more thinking and a
It
lot more
is
decision making, which is really hard, especially for new players.
for sure.
So, yeah, there's definitely pros and cons of both.
I think I think I enjoy the decision making piece of it because it's like 1-2 look, and then it's like if those two looks aren't there, you're automatically back in the handler set. When you're in the handler set, then it's like if you're with people it's like fluid, right? Like you see, that they're open, and you can just like immediately rip it. And if they're not open, it's like the next it's either going to be a strike or it's going to be an around. And if it's an around, then you get it, and you expect it to go to the other side of the field. And then if it doesn't, then like it's all like reset. And it just feels like it's way more structured, and maybe that's just me as a cutter, like maybe like trying to do too much or not doing enough. but it's just like the structure as a handler is way more enjoyable for me. And so usually like I'll be a cutter and then I'll work my way into my handler set. So
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
and there's been a lot of jokes of handler Ricky coming out of the woodwork. And usually that's because I get a huge under and I'm just like, I'm gonna stay here. I feel like I can work my magic and then
Don't kick me
eventually
out.
get out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so do you think parlay's like end game for you if you're in Chicago? You're gonna keep playing parlay, or do you see
Uh,
yourself trying to play machine or anything like that?
no, again, I think it's up for the young folks these days.
Okay.
I don't think I have much to contribute to like a machine. I don't think I'll go to a hybrid. They got like a Jesse Johnson there, and Jesse Johnson is a machine, and I'm not on par with the Jesse Johnson. I'm not even like a few notches below. And then like a machine has a Don, a Shanny, whoever else they got. Like those are elite ballers, and I don't think I'm on elite baller status these days.
That's okay. Are you putting your sight on nationals again? Do you have any plans
Always,
for getting
always,
there? I mean, I feel
always.
like someone just has to get a second bid. That's the only
Yeah,
way. There's no
I totally agree.
hybrid.
Yeah, I think if Parlay wants to make it, we definitely have to earn it.
Mhm.
And I think if we're gonna earn it, it's gonna be through a second bid because hybrid is just insane. Like
Yeah,
there's how do you go what undefeated last year?
and they won 2 years. They won the last 2 years for
Yeah,
mixed.
well then on top of that, also
Yeah,
like
yeah,
not losing a game last year, it's like obviously either they're peaking or they're like I don't know if they're
yeah.
plateauing. Like that's a great place to plateau, and I don't think anyone's touching that, you know.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Okay,
But
I have faith in
yeah,
that second bid for somebody.
second bid's always the goal, and then if it's not, then it's put up a good fight and see what we can do.
Did you guys beat Union, the Toronto Union?
No, we did not beat
No.
you. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm
So
bad at.
were they still sitting second underneath hybrid?
I think so. There's another
Okay.
team that we faced. That I think it wasn't Union, wasn't Tower. I don't know. I can't remember. There's another team that we fought for third, and I think we either lost or won by a point. But I
Okay.
could be wrong. I'm real bad at remembering things. I just go and I play.
Yeah, that's all you need. The Toronto area coming into our region was like that's how we lost our
Yeah.
status.
Sixers.
Sixers was there, and it was like, no, that's gonna be
Yeah.
tough. Same with
Yeah.
Nemesis. Yeah,
It's tough when new teams come in and start making their presence known.
yeah, it is tough. They're good teams. Now I wanted to get on to coaching.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so I didn't say this at the beginning, but Ricky coaches the Sirens at Loyola, which he started my junior year because our head coach had a baby, and
Yep.
it's always nice to have more coaches. So you came on, and I remember immediately you were like so into it, which was really great to have and see. And I was wondering, did you think, I mean, were you very excited to coach, or were you kind of like, I'm gonna see what happens?
I was terrified. For everyone that doesn't know, the way that I met Ellie was at indoor during our mixed league. That was like
Yes.
what the first season I think.
Yeah.
And Ellie drafted teams, and for I mean you could tell the story, but essentially she was basing it off of people who look nice.
I was
Um,
not, yeah, I was, there were all these union guys that had signed up, and I was like, how do I tell the difference between all these guys that play union and I'll do all these, like, they're all very good players. So I went on the roster and I picked the people who were like smiling the biggest, like, genuinely looked like kind people. And Ricky, in your photo, you're like grinning ear to ear. And I'm like, that guy looks like he's a nice guy.
and it's so funny because another person that you drafted, Matt. Um,
In his photo, he was like, so
Yeah, so you're like, I wanted to draft like the nicest people, nicest looking people, and then
that
Matt's
was,
there, like this dude, like he
that
looked
was
like
the
he could
last
kill
round.
someone.
There
But
was,
I love Matt. He's super funny. He's
I
just
do
like
remember
super
that.
dry humor.
Yeah.
And then for me to hear like, oh yeah, I'm just drafting the people that look nice or have nice smiles, and I'm like, this dude though.
He was like, I had run out of the people. It was like you and Milan was smiling, and Tavis obviously smiling, really
Yep,
smiley guys. And then I was like, I guess I need another person. This
that's
guy
funny.
did look
But
intimidating in his union roster.
very,
Hey, our
very.
team got second, right? Went to
I think
finals.
so. Yeah, and I got absolutely floored by Reed
I
in the finals game. That was crazy.
on video. Um,
And I threw a
that
dime
in.
right after that in front of Shani's face, so that was also nice.
Perfect. I'll clip that in.
Please
Um,
do.
that was fun. Okay, so you're scared to coach.
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
yeah, keep
sorry.
going.
To rewind, so Ellie
Yes.
drafted me because I had a good smile apparently. And so I don't know. We finished the season, or we're getting towards the end of the season, and Sirens is about to start picking up. And then you're like, "Hey, do you want to coach us?" I was like, Sure, yeah, I'll coach." I had no idea. I had no idea what to do with coaching. I've never coached before. My like coaching experience was being an assistant captain in college, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." And so we were leading up into it, and then we had like an issue of I don't know. I wasn't on like a list to get into the facility.
Oh, I don't remember this.
They're like I don't know, like to get into where we practice during the winter time. There was something like my they didn't like register me or put me on like a list to like get into the gym. And you're like, you can't come. It's the first week, but like you can't show up because you're not on this list. I was like, oh, okay. And then the next week comes up, and I think like I came in on a Thursday. Oh, and we were doing evaluations,
Yes.
and I was like getting ready to go to this. I was like, what am I gonna do for this team? I don't know anything about women's ultimate. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna show up and just be like, hey, I played for 10 years, and I'm here to help.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I was like, do I even like should I do this? I don't think that I'm gonna be much of a help. Granted, we had Quest and Haley there to help, but
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, we'll do it. I can always back out, but at least I have someone. Like, I'm not just like jumping in and being the only coach. So that was like really the only saving grace that I had was like at least I'm not doing this by myself. But I was nervous because I was like, I don't know, I just don't know. And then I got there, and then I sat in on evaluations for the first time. I'm like, hi, I'm a new coach. And they're like, okay. And then we just did evaluations in front of everyone. I just sat in, and I was like, I have nothing to contribute except I'm new here.
Yeah, but you got. When did you feel like you're getting the hang of it? After now, it's been two,
Two and a
four
half years? No,
semesters,
2 years, right?
2 years. So
Yeah,
four
2 years
semesters
because I came in during the winter.
coming on
Um,
the half. This 2.5,
two and a half.
or like
I
the
mean, I
start.
would say like I don't know after like the first spring season.
Yeah.
I think is when I like started to feel better about it. And like having like Quest and Haley be able to like run things. And then like also just getting to know the people on the team kind of like helped me get a little bit more comfortable because it's just like I don't know anyone. What am I
Yeah.
supposed to tell them? How do I give feedback? Like what feedback am I? What's the team like? I don't know. I have
Yeah.
like it's very hard to know the team when we're playing on a basketball court with the walls down and you don't even have a sideline, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just like I just didn't know, and so after like the first like full season of tournaments and things like that is when I started feeling a little bit more comfortable because I saw how the team played. I built rapport with the players, and I just like felt way more comfortable being around the team because I just didn't know what I was walking into. So, and then yeah, eventually like Quest had his kid, and I kind of had to step back a little bit, and I was kind of running the show for I
Yeah.
don't
And
know a couple
Haley went
practices,
to
and
med school, so
yeah, and
yeah.
so then it felt like it was then I got thrown into the fire to figure it out. It was lucky to like know you and Renee and all these other people that were like a little bit more like I could lean on to like how do like you guys do practices and like what do you want from practices, and I wanted to be more collaborative with the players because you guys know what you want to do and I can obviously lead in whatever capacity that I can. So like having you and everybody else in leadership kind of like help steer the ship along with me was super helpful.
Awesome. Well, what is the biggest thing you think coaching has taught you, either in relation to frisbee or not in relation to frisbee, or both?
Um, I think it helps you understand the sport more because you have to explain
Yeah.
it. Like obviously you know what you're doing when you're playing, but it's different to explain how to play the game to people. I think like it just helps you. What I learned is like how to play the sport better and more efficiently, and kind of like pick my own like pick the right decision a little bit more frequently. You're sitting there as a coach, just like watching everybody play, and maybe I joystick a little bit too much when I'm on the sideline. Also, is like it helps you as a player, as a coach, like understand where people's like lack of like I don't know like sight or cutting or like ability, whatever it is, and then it helps you like apply it to your own game. So I think just it's like watching Ultimate Frisbee. You learn by watching, and then you're
Yeah,
like actively watching and giving feedback, and it just kind of like has to sit in your brain somewhere.
that's a good point. Do you have a favorite coaching memory?
I don't even know. Renee talked about a couple of them on the last podcast. Regionals of
Oh
your
yeah,
senior year, like that was a blast where we were in the rain with 9 people.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, so fun.
yeah, I mean, there's so many good memories. I'm really bad on the spot, but like I'm sure you can probably name a few, and I'd be like, yeah, that was crazy, or that was a good time. I think really just like getting to like our first tournament when we're like either outside from like winter or like our first time back as a team and just like getting to see everybody like play and like get a little bit more joy and like the energy of it. I think those are really like my top moments. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of like a specific moment.
Yeah, we talked about when we won that March meltdown.
That was crazy. Yeah,
That was good.
that was a good time.
Yeah,
Bageling Davenport was good.
that was good.
After we lost to them too, I don't remember what our score was when we lost to them, but then we came
Oh,
out and bageled them. I was like, what the hell are we doing here? What's going on? I don't remember. Was it really windy when we did? I couldn't have been because it was a bagel, you know?
it was very windy, yeah, but it still was a bagel. But I remember it still was only like 5-0 by the end of the game because it was very windy.
I'll
But
take
yeah,
a bagel.
yeah, still we'll take it.
Um, I think being able to say like I helped a team bagel another team because like there's only a handful of times I think in my career that I've bageled a team. I
Hmm.
think that's really like one of the proud moments and winning a tournament. I mean, not everybody wins a tournament in college. Not everybody
Yeah.
wins a tournament in a club, you know. So I won a tournament in college when I was at ISU. It was I don't even remember what it was. It was like fall brawl. I don't even know. I don't even think that's a um, but yeah, it's just like winning a tournament is something like not a lot of people get to do, and being able to grab this AI polar bear flag that we won at March Meltdown. I don't even know where it's at, but we won it.
The
It's
worst
sitting somewhere.
trophy. I think Sophie has it.
Great. That probably
That
shouldn't see the light of day ever again because that was a crazy flag. I don't know why they thought that was a move, but I'd rather have taken like a rock with an engraving on it than a polar bear flag.
I think before my sophomore year, before you coached us, we won a tournament that was either it was also Windy City or it was another March Meltdown. No, it was Windy City. I don't know, one of the two. And they gave us like this really cool, like I don't know what it's even called, like a spinny thing, and then it said like Windy City on it, and it was like I don't know, it was cool. And then the next year they gave us a
A flag.
AI polar bear blank
Yeah.
like
I don't even remember what it was. And yeah, tarp. It was something for sure, and it's not going to be used for really anything else. So
yeah, no one's hanging that in their house. But yeah, I think Sophie has it. I definitely remember giving it to the handing it down to the next captains and such.
for
I
sure,
was gonna say now that I'm coaching too, one of my favorite things about coaching is just getting and I liked about captaining too, but like getting to see everyone grow
yeah,
um, is so cool. Like I just think about I don't know, just some people are you have so much improvement in just
for
one
sure,
year, 2 years. And it's like I was at practice on Tuesday. I was the only one there. I was telling we were playing great, and I was talking to someone. I was like, "Did you think it would have looked like this when you joined? Like you would have looked like this when you joined 2 years ago?" And it's like, "No, but now you're." I don't know who it was, but it's like now you're
yeah.
cooking, and it's
I
just
mean,
like,
like I can think of a handful of people just on the Sirens now, like Mare, first year
yeah,
player, like spent time after practices throwing with me, and now she's like ripping it everywhere.
yeah,
And the handler set, like who in their first year of playing Ultimate and not throwing a disc gets like confidence to go into the handler set, right?
yeah,
Like, and then we had bring a buddy to practice day, like even like the people that have never like been on the team, like from the 45 minutes that we get or the hour that we get, like learn how to throw a flick. Like I wish I could have learned how to throw a flick in 45 minutes, but
no,
not everyone gets that luxury. So
nope, yeah. That is one of my favorite things about coaching for sure, and it can be fun or not. It can be fun.
it is.
There can be
It's
some very fun parts.
I if my favorite, I'll change my answer. My favorite part
Okay.
about coaching is watching people learn and grow. And
Yeah,
then, like, you know, like I didn't get to see you, Jade, Renee, like when you first started, but like seeing like the growth from my first year to like the last year and you guys playing your last tournament. It's just like it's big differences and like the amount of like playmaking ability that people get from one year to another is like it's very cool to see people like learn and grow.
Yeah, 100%. And that's something I think very unique to college, or you're not really seeing that. I mean, you see it a little in club, but like
Yeah.
the growth is smaller. Like you're already playing club. You've you've come
Yeah.
that far.
For
Um,
sure, and I think my one thing, and this is obviously directed at Sirens, but it's if anyone else is listening and is playing college and not playing club, you need to play club. Like if you
yes.
want to be good at the sport, you have to play more. Um, I know someone, I think Alicia said that she's got a couple Sirens on the indoor league coming up,
Yeah.
but like you need to play against people that aren't your friends, and
Yeah.
I harp on this when we get to tournaments, like or when we're leading up to a tournament, it's like it's different to play against your friend and like to know who they are. It's different to play against somebody who you don't know their skill and you don't know what they like, and then you can get humbled real fast, and you got to be ready for it.
Yeah. Playing club is definitely like Alicia again played for us, went and played club over the summer, came back, and it's just like
Insane.
night and
That's
day.
another
Like
one. Like
yeah,
it's just like
just like
just playing the
Skynet
sport.
everyone.
Playing the sport makes you better, and it's like the Sirens have like a numbers problem. Obviously, like we have like maybe like 10 to 16 people at a practice, but a lot of the people that come want to get better and do try really hard, and it's like it continues outside of Sirens.
Yeah, exactly. Is there anything else you wanted to say about coach? Oh no, I had one final question about coaching. Do
All
you
right.
think you're ever do you want to coach like higher level or other teams or club or anything like that?
Um, I think it's an interesting thought. I think that where I'm at with Sirens is nice because it's like I don't think I have like a ton of coaching, like I don't know, like expertise or qualities, I guess you can say. Like there's coaches for like club teams that do way more than what I do as like a Sirens coach, and
Yeah.
I think going into like a more like structured team where it's like we're gonna go to club and we're gonna have to set up field space and do all this that and the other is scary. Just like coming
Yeah.
into the Sirens was scary in my first year. But like I'm not gonna coach when I'm like still like capable of playing, you know.
Okay,
So
okay.
like as a player for club, I don't want to coach until I'm like I can't play. And I think you said that on the podcast before. Like you want to be involved with Ultimate until you're not able to play Ultimate, and then you want to
Yeah,
coach Ultimate.
coach. Yeah.
So I mean, like I don't want to coach another team other than the Sirens unless the Sirens like somehow fall apart. But um, fingers crossed that the buddy days that we have brings people in, and then maybe we
Yeah.
can steal some people from rugby and continue to build a little bit more depth on the team.
I hope so. Get some people back from going abroad. Going abroad is really the
Stop going abroad.
I know
Stay
don't
inside
do
the
that.
United States. Don't get cultured. That's my hot take. Don't do anything other than play college ultimate and club ultimate, and do not leave.
If you're dedicated like me, I just went in the summer. I said I gotta
Or do
just
that.
in the
Yeah.
summer. No, it's
Make it
it's
easier for your coaches.
it's difficult. Okay, those were my last coaching questions. So we can get to some fun questions. First of all, I had a request from the team. I think it was Elsie specifically, who wanted to hear the story that you've told about getting pantsed.
Oh my god, that's actually insane. Um, well,
If
there's
you
not
want,
much to it other than I got pantsed. Um, I that's crazy. I was at lunch in high school with a bunch of my college friends or high school friends, and so I don't know. I got up to toss something in the garbage, and all of a sudden my pants are on my ankles, and all of my friends just saw it and was like, oh, "That's the craziest thing to do inside of a school." And so I picked them back up and I went to the bathroom. I was like, what the fuck just happened? So yeah, there's the story about how I got pants. Shockingly,
who
the pants.
pantsed you?
One of my old friends who was
Oh,
a kicker for the football team. I don't know what if it was a dare, if it was a I don't know an urge to do it, but I just he grabbed more than he thought he was grabbing. He grabbed underwear and not just pants, and it all came. So
you were fully naked in school
I
for
literally was butt naked in the cafeteria in front of my whole friend group.
Well, I was gonna say what the Sirens really appreciate about you is you bring a lot of fun stories and just good energy to the team in general. But they
Yeah.
really love all your stories.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really share a lot of stories, to be honest with you, but I guess they're all memorable. And then I get a few signature things like Rich Baby Mama
Yeah,
was a big thing. Just something to get a little bit of energy from the team.
yeah, shaking ass. Okay,
Big little
so
ass.
yep. So the questions I gave you before, what is your dream line? So six people that you'd want on a line with you. And Renee went for one. She went no out of the frisbee world. So if you want to do that, I'll allow it.
Okay. I really didn't even think about this, so I'm going to just start pulling people.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go Jack Shanahan, best friend.
Yep.
He's got to play, and he's a baller. I'm not going to shout out Renee because Renee didn't shout me out except for saying, don't come on the pod. So
Okay.
there
Not
you
Renee.
go. Risa, obviously, my partner, baller. She's going to Indy tryouts right now, so good luck to her.
She's gonna be on
Um,
soon
yeah,
on the
I
podcast.
know. We were talking about it. You sent me a text message. You were like, hey, Risa's going to be on the pod. And I was literally working out with her. I was like, I heard.
Okay, I didn't know. Now I know you're together. That's okay. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Um, I feel
Lisa.
like Giannis Antetokounmpo has to be on there. I mean, the dude is 6'10", or I don't know, tall as hell and can jump and dunk.
Oh, the
He's a
basketball
basketball
player.
player.
This was the
Basketball
frisbee
player for
person.
the Milwaukee Bucks. He's just a
Yes.
freak athlete, the Greek freak, some call him. Oh my
Greek.
god.
Oh yeah. Okay, I've heard of this guy. Okay.
So what? I got me, Shani, Giannis. I got
Risa.
Risa.
You need three more.
I don't even know. I'm sorry. I'm really
Who
bad
likes?
at.
Do you have any frisbee idols? Like, who was it oh, what's the one? Layout. Layout the first year was it?
Oh,
Oh,
Dana, the one that we saw at, I don't know, when we landed and we went to go food and you freaked out like, oh, that's
no, no, it was you. You like really like this guy,
Khalif.
Khalif, and I was like, you should go talk to him.
Everyone brings that Rika, so Rika knows him because I don't know, they played for some
He
reason
knows
and
everybody.
she knows everybody. And I was like, oh yeah, he's really good. I think he's a good player. And she's like, oh, you should go meet him. I'm like, whoa, that's not that is not what I needed to happen. I just said that he was good. She's like, you should go introduce yourself, and he's a table over. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Okay, so not him.
So I mean, yeah, he's good. Can I do a player from like a while ago?
Yeah, whoever.
Dylan Freechild, whenever he had his crazy Callahan video.
Yep.
Um,
He's still playing.
he's still playing, I'm pretty sure. At least he
Yeah.
played last year, I think. But I want that specific Dylan Freechild. I don't want current
Oh,
Dylan. I want
you want
Dylan Freechild where he made a
college
crazy layout in the end zone, and it's like the craziest play in the world. Um,
to watch this? I gotta go figure if I haven't
yeah,
already.
Dylan Freechild. That should be another question. Well, I guess maybe it is like your favorite Callahan video.
It was for Renee, so I can definitely ask you that too.
Don't
But
ask
finish
me.
your line. Finish your line.
All right. So I got four chips.
It. God, I hate parlay
All right.
chips, clovers.
Four nail matching players. I'll
It
go
doesn't
Ellie Younks
matter either.
because Ellie Younks is.
Oh my god, a second Ella Young's call out for one of these lines. That's fine.
I mean,
She's
the
great.
unfortunate thing is I don't watch Ultimate.
Yeah.
Period. So
Yeah.
I'm like trying to just pull out of a hat of people that I know.
Okay.
Abby Hecko. I know Abby Hecko's good. She just signed with the New York Gridlock. I
Yeah.
saw her sign up or
I think
that.
she played
So
for them last year too. Both of them do. I think they're roommates. In
oh, great.
New
That's
York.
even better chemistry wise.
Ooh,
So that's my line. And unfortunately, sorry to all the one matching players. I don't. Me, Shani, Khalif, Giannis,
Risa.
Risa, Ellie Youngst, Abby Hecko.
Oh,
That's
okay.
eight.
We'll take it. You know,
Whatever.
that's
That's my line.
that's
So I'll sit on the sideline and let
we're
everybody
having.
else ball out. I'll coach the line.
You'll coach. You'll coach.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I don't think
Okay.
I have much to contribute to that, but I'll just let them ball.
Sounds good. Or were you gonna say your favorite Callahan video was Dylan Freechild?
It was. I don't remember who it was that just released. Not just released, but somebody
I
had
can help.
a Callahan video that had like a bunch of really. Maybe it was Dexter Clybourne.
He just won.
Someone had a crazy like music mashup highlight video, and I can't remember who it was.
Okay.
So
But the
I'll
music was
send it
good.
to you, and you can I don't know voice over whatever I say now.
Hey, you were in mine.
Yeah, great. That's the only Callahan video I think I'll ever be in. So
I was watching someone's. No, it wasn't a Callahan video. It was like a highlight reel from a
was it the
tournament.
gnomes
No,
goodbye, gnomes
it
thank you.
wasn't. It wasn't the gnomes one that you've made me watch. No,
Everyone should go watch Gnomes Thank You on YouTube. It's baller. It's all my friends balling out,
it's
and
like
me
8
too.
minutes long.
Well, there's a 60-minute long version if you want to watch that one too. But that's my sophomore year, which you should not watch.
I'm gonna link it in the YouTube.
Okay, don't watch the 60-minute one and do
No,
not
no.
link it. It is actually probably one of the most questionable videos that I've
How
ever.
does how does one even have 60 minutes enough?
It's literally just a season highlight video. That's all it is, and it's like let me throw a dump and then throw like a wide open huck, and that's a
Yeah.
highlight. It's
Well,
just like not. It's
yeah.
it gets everyone involved.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I don't know. Dexter Clybourne, we'll call it.
Sure. Well, he just won. Okay, there's one more. Oh yeah, your hot take. What is your frisbee hot take?
Yeah, it might be weak. We talked about it before we started recording. I think there should be maybe some guidelines on jersey creation. I think a lot of teams don't have very good jerseys, and I think that we need to get a little bit more simple, or maybe just like not as out there. I think that there's a lot of like, this is my light blue, and we don't have a white, but this is our light blue and this is our dark, and our light blue counts as our light. I don't think that we should do that ever again, and I think we
Yeah.
do that wrong. And there's a lot of people are like, is this a light or is it a dark? And it's like a hint away from whatever. And um, I think we just need to stop blurring the lines.
Yeah.
I can
I
throw
know.
an additional hot take in.
Sure. Yeah.
I think a gray counts as a dark
Okay.
because
Well,
it's not a
Grace.
light. It's not white, so it's dark. That's
Yeah.
I think that is probably the most like a lot of discussion has to go on about whether gray is a lighter or darker. Just don't use. I think if it's not white, it's dark.
My first club team in DC agency, our dark was a dark gray, but it was like very dark gray.
Right, and I think the issue is there's been like discussion, and it's like kind of like predisposed in everybody's mind that a gray is a no-no. Just
Yeah.
cut it out. Maybe that'll be my hot take. Just a gray is a dark, because like, what do you mean you're confused if this gray is a white? It's not. It's gray.
I guess light gray.
Well, okay, then don't wear
Yeah.
light gray.
Okay. No. Okay. Sure. I like these hot takes. I know USAU definitely has some jersey rules. Like Sirens, we had to make our number on the front like it has to be 3 inches big. Like they have
Which is
rules
all
like
dumb.
that. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's because I've never gone to nationals, but I don't think that it really is that big of a deal if you're playing
No,
like sectionals, regionals, so like have your
it's not.
number be a little bit too small.
I remember Northwestern B was at regionals one year, and there was someone on our team who was like someone who was there before you were, and they were like, "Oh, they're not all wearing a jersey. Like, we should tell the people." I was like, "What is North? Like, what
There's
are
no.
we worried about?"
We're playing a sport where we chase a plastic disc. Like
Yeah,
it is not that serious for us to be complaining about somebody wearing a penny over a T-shirt that's not actually your jersey.
yeah, that's a good
Like it
point.
looks good, but it looks good on TV. It does not matter if we're playing in front of our friends.
Yeah. Well, those were some good hot takes. Well, those are all my questions. Thank you so much for sitting down and telling people about your story.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I love talking about the time I got pants in high school. So hopefully that it's a great. I love that it's now
I'm
going to
glad
be
everyone will know now.
memorialized on Spotify. So
Okay, awesome. Okay, well, see you all next week.